9 things you should know about the business credit reporting agencies. There are 3 major companies that collect business information and publish it. These are Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Business Equifax. D&B is by far the largest, but the other 2 are catching up quickly. There are a few other business credit reporting companies other than Experian, D&B, and Equifax, but they're not big players and a business owner won't need to worry too much about them. These include PayNet, FDI Insight, Business Credit USA, and Client Checker. The number 9 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is to know who uses which bureau. Dun & Bradstreet is the most common and is used by most vendors to extend lines of credit. Landlords use them to approve office leases as well. Experian is used by many credit card companies and non-traditional business lenders. Equifax is called the Small Business Financial Exchange and is the most important for cash lenders such as banks. To concentrate on building corporate credit for only one reporting agency and not the others will give you lopsided credibility. So a business needs to build business credit with all 3 of these major credit reporting agencies to achieve genuine credibility. Dun & Bradstreet is the biggest and major business credit reporting agency. Commonly known as D&B, the agency provides information on businesses and corporations for use in credit decisions. Dun & Bradstreet is a publicly traded company with a headquarters in Short Hills, New Jersey, and trades on the New York Stock Exchange. D&B currently holds the largest supply worldwide of business information, with over 200 million business records on file. In 2012, D&B reported that 129.4 million of these records referred to active companies that were available for risk, supply, sales, and marketing decisions. Another 76.7 million were inactive companies, providing historical information for file matching and data cleansing. The number 8 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is how big D&B is compared to other business credit reporting agencies. Dun & Bradstreet has almost over 10 times the amount of records for business as the next closest reporting agency, Experian. Dun & Bradstreet has a massive presence worldwide. Of the over 200 million records they had on file in 2012, they reported over 54 million were from Europe, while only about 33 million were from North America. Another 12 million records were from Latin America, while only 27 million records were from Asia Pacific. The lowest volume of records on file was in Africa, with only about 1.1 million records on file, and the Middle East, with only about 1 million records on file. D&B roots can be tracked all the way back to 1841 with the formation of the Mercantile Agency in New York. In 1933, the Mercantile Agency joined with R.G. Dun & Company and became known as Dun & Bradstreet. In 1962, D&B created the DUNS number, currently the preferred method worldwide of identifying businesses. Dun & Bradstreet offers many products and services to consumers and business. Some of these include risk management products such as the Business Information Report, Comprehensive Report, and the D&BI platform. These provide current and historical business information, primarily used by lenders and financial institutions to assist in making credit decisions. D&B also offers sales and marketing products such as the DUNS Market Identifier Database, Optimizer, and D&B Professional Contacts, all of which provide sales and marketing professionals with business data for both prospecting and CRM activity. The DUNS number is a 9-digit number issued by Dun & Bradstreet and assigned to each business location in the D&B database, each having a unique, separate, and distinct operation for the purpose. Every business must first have a DUNS number before Dun & Bradstreet will assign a Paydex business credit score. The number 8 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is to know who uses which bureau. The DUNS number is the preferred method worldwide of identifying businesses. Unlike National Employment Identification Number, or EIN, a DUNS number may be issued to any business worldwide. It is used by many foreign governments, including the U.S. and Australia, European Commission, and even the United Nations. More than 50 global, industry, and trade associations recognize, recommend, or require DUNS. Dun & Bradstreet has a proprietary DUNS Right quality process providing quality business information that is the foundation of their global risk solutions worldwide. The DUNS Right process was created on the basis of 4 fundamental questions. Is the data accurate? Is the data complete? Is the data timely? Is the data globally consistent? To answer these questions, Dun & Bradstreet runs data through a process called DUNS Right, in which data is collected, aggregated, edited, and verified via thousands of sources daily. Their ability to turn massive data streams into high-quality business information is one of many factors that set them apart from any other competitor. D&B first collects data from a variety of sources worldwide. This data is then integrated into their database through their very own patented entity matching system. By applying the DUNS number and using corporate linkage, they enable customers to view their total risk or opportunity across related businesses. D&B then uses predictive indicators to rate businesses' past performance and to access future risk. The number 7 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is to know how Experian really got their start. Experian was formerly a division of TRW, an automotive electronics giant. TRW was originally founded in 1901 as the Cleveland Cap Screw Company. They started producing screws and bolts and grew to produce many parts for the aviation and automobile industry. In the early 1960s, TRW started a Consumer Credit Information Bureau, collecting and selling consumer data, and eventually became known as TRW Information Systems. TRW Information Systems continued compiling data and were the first to start offering consumers direct credit report access in 1986. The number 6 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is to know how Experian got into serious trouble. In 1991, rampant problems started appearing with TRW reported credit data. Thousands of people in a town in Vermont had tax liens inaccurately reporting against them. Similar cases started appearing in the entire Northeast, forcing the deletion of countless tax liens across the states of Vermont, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and Maine. Dozens of lawsuits were filed against TRW, claiming sloppy procedures to create credit files, lack of response to consumer complaints, and re-reporting previously deleted incorrect data. All cases were settled out of court. TRW then created a database known as the Constituent Relations Information Systems, or CRIS. This system's sole purpose was to gather personal data on 8,000 politicians who held opinions on TRW. In 1996, TRW was purchased from Bain Capital and the Tahomas H. Lee Partners for over $1 billion by Gus plc, a private group of investors. It was then combined with CCN, the largest credit reporting company in the United Kingdom. Gus retained the Experian name for their combined credit services subsidiary. In 2004, Experian continued its growth, purchasing Cheetah Mail, a business founded in 1998 offering email marketing software and services. In 1998, Experian also acquired QAS, a supplier of contact data management and identity verification solutions. As a result of their growth, Experian became the first company ever to win the UK Business of the Year award twice, winning in both 2003 and 2005. Experian continued to grow in 2005 with its purchase of PriceGrabber for $485 million. In 2005, Experian also acquired Footfall, an information provider for the real estate and retail property industries. Experian also spent $330 million in 2005 acquiring LowerMyBills.com. In 2006, Experian made a big move when it announced its purchase of Northern Credit Bureaus located in Quebec, Canada. That same year, Experian demerged from their British company Gus plc and was independently listed on the London Stock Exchange. Since 2005, Experian has continued to aggressively grow their corporation. In 2007, they purchased a 65% stake in Serasa, a leading credit bureau in Brazil, now the largest credit bureau in the world. Experian continued to purchase software companies that year, including Emailing Solution, Hitwise, and Talian. In 2010, Experian became the first CICRA licensed credit bureau to go live in India, where it continues to supply reports to the Reserve Bank of India's RBI guidelines. Currently, Experian continues to grow at a rapid pace. In 2011, they acquired a majority stake in Computec SA, a credit services provider in Colombia. They also purchased Medical Present Value, Virid Interataviadati Digital Ltda, and Garlic Ltd, expanding their data and marketing reach. Experian has also become the second largest reporting agency in the business credit world. They provide business credit evaluations for over 27 million small businesses and corporations worldwide. These business records are spread over 80 countries that Experian services. Experian's reaches across 4 main geographic regions, including North America, Latin America, UK and Ireland, and EMEA and Asia Pacific. The number 5 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is to where Experian's home office really is. Experian's headquarters are in Dublin, Ireland. They have operational headquarters in Nottingham, UK, Costa Mesa, California, and Sao Paulo, Brazil. Experian plc is listed on the London Stock Exchange, EXPN, and in a constituent of the FTSE 100 index. In March 2011, Experian claimed revenue for the prior year of $4.2 million. Currently, Experian employs over 15,000 people working in 41 countries. Experian focuses on providing quality data and analytics to businesses to help them better assess risk. They possess a massive consumer and commercial database that they manage to help businesses obtain the best and most up-to-date information. They then extract significant extra value with this data by applying their own proprietary analytics and software. The number 4 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is Equifax's age and history. Equifax is the oldest and largest credit bureau in existence today. They were originally founded in 1898, 70 years before the creation of TransUnion. 2 brothers, Cater and Guy Wolford, created the company. Cater actually got the idea from his grocery business, where he collected customers' names and evidence of creditworthiness. He then sold the list to other merchants to offset his own business cost. The number 3 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is that consumer credit reporting actually got its start in the grocery business. The success of selling his list to other grocers led Cater and his attorney brother Guy to Atlanta, where they set up what would become one of the most powerful industries in existence today. The retail credit company was born, and local grocers quickly started using the Wolford service, which expanded rapidly. By the early 1900s, the service had expanded from grocers to the insurance industry. Retail Credit Company continued to grow into one of the largest credit bureaus, by the 1960s having nearly 300 branches in operation. They collected all kinds of consumer data, even rumors about people's marital lives and childhoods. They were also scrutinized for selling this data to just about anyone who would buy it. Throughout the 60s, Equifax continued to provide credit reporting services, but the majority of their business came from making reports to insurance companies when people applied for new insurance policies, including life, auto, fire, and medical insurance. Almost all major insurance companies were using RCC to get information on the health, habits, morals, finances, and vehicle use of potential insurers. The number 2 thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is to know the data that the bureaus collect. Equifax also provided companies with services including investigating insurance claims and making employment reports when people were seeking new jobs. Back in the 60s, most of Equifax's credit work was actually being done by their subsidiary, Retailers Commercial Agency. In the late 60s, Equifax started to compile their data onto computers, giving many more companies access to this data, if they chose to purchase it. They also continue to buy up many more of their smaller competitors, becoming larger and also attracting the attention of the federal government. They began to earn a bad reputation for selling data to anyone who wanted it, whether or not the data was accurate. Equifax was gathering details about people, including their marital troubles, jobs, school history, childhood, sex life, political activates, and more. There was no limit to the kind or amount of data they were collecting. Some of the information was factual, while large swaths of the rest were completely false. Some information was literally no more than rumors. Equifax was even said to reward their employees for finding the most negative information about consumers. The number one thing you should know about the business credit reporting agencies is that Equifax's unethical practices led to the creation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. In response to Equifax's actions and unethical data collection procedures, when the U.S. Congress met in 1971, it enacted the Fair Credit Reporting Act. This new law was the first to govern the information credit bureaus and regulate what they were allowed to collect and sell. Equifax was no longer allowed to misrepresent itself when conducting consumer investigations, and employees were no longer given bonuses on the basis of the negative information they were collecting, the standard practice in the past. Retail Credit Division was charged with violating this law a few years later, causing even more government restrictions to be implemented. Scarred with a bad reputation for violations of the new credit laws, the company changed its name to Equifax in 1975 to improve its image. Throughout the 1980s, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion split up the remaining smaller credit rating agencies between them, adding 104 of those to Equifax's portfolio. Equifax aggressively grew throughout the U.S. and Canada, and then began growing their commercial business division across the U.K. At this time, Equifax started competing more aggressively with rivals Dun & Bradstreet and Experian. They then continued to grow, taking a lining with CSC Credit Services and another 65 additional bureaus. The insurance reporting aspect of Equifax's model was phased out. At one stage, the company also had a division selling specialist credit information to the insurance industry, but they spun off this service, including the Comprehensive Loss Underwriting Exchange, or CLUE database, as ChoicePoint in 1997. ChoicePoint formerly offered digital certification services, which it sold to GeoTrust in September 2001. Equifax has continued to grow, now maintaining over 401 million consumer credit records worldwide. They also expanded their services to direct consumer credit monitoring in 1999. Today, Equifax is based in Atlanta, Georgia, and has employees in 14 countries. They are listed as a public company on the New York Stock Exchange, NYSE, under the sign EFX. Since its inception, Equifax has operated in the business-to-business sector, selling consumer credit and insurance reports and related analytics to a wide array of businesses worldwide. Equifax reports are still commonly used by retailers, insurance firms, healthcare providers, utilities, government agencies, banks, credit unions, personal finance companies, and other financial institutions. Equifax provides business credit evaluations for small businesses and corporations, allowing them to detect early signs of trouble by monitoring key customers, suppliers, and partners. Equifax offers a business scoring credit scoring model known as the Equifax Small Business Enterprise. Equifax's model is designed for companies that provide goods and services to small businesses. Equifax's source of data today is still some of the most vital information used by credit grantors to decide what sort of products or services they offer to their customers and at what terms. Equifax's system for collecting data is NCTUE, an exchange of non-credit data including consumer payment history on telco and other utility accounts. Today, Equifax is one of the major credit reporting agencies used in many countries. Some of the countries where Equifax is mainly used include Canada, Chile, India, Mexico, Peru, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Contact us today to learn more about the consumer and business credit reporting agencies.